and welcome to the Tiger Woods Foundation webinar on engaging multimedia with Animoto and Prezi. My name is David Tong, and I'll be giving you a brief run-through of a lot of the web-based tools that we use here at the Learning Center, along with some great examples of how you can incorporate this into your class or program. So throughout this webinar, if you encounter any video or audio issues, please let me know by typing them in the questions box on the right-hand side. If you don't see the questions box, you might have to click on the little red arrow, and that will bring out the questions box. Also, feel free to ask any questions, and I'll address them throughout the hour. So to get started, a little background information about myself. I'm an instructor here at the Tiger Woods Learning Center in Anaheim, California. We have an after-school program for students in grades 7 through 12, in which they enroll in career exploration classes such as robotics, video game design, nutrition fitness, and universal science. We also have a 5th grade career orientation program during the morning that focuses on either marine science or forensic science. I also provide professional development training to educators like yourselves, and today I'm excited to share with you 2 great resources to enhance your lessons and instruction. So with the duration of today's hour, I'll be able to cover the core aspects of Animoto and Prezi. However, to continue learning more in depth about these tools, you can attend our free in-person training here at the Tiger Woods Learning Center on January 24th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So if you're interested, simply send me an email, and I'll also post this information again later at the end of the webinar. So before we get started, I'd like to gauge the student age groups that you all work with. So I'm going to launch a poll, and go ahead and select the response of which of the students that you work with. Okay, so it looks like a lot of you are teach the lower elementary, good amount in upper elementary, and also middle school, a little bit in the high school. What's great about both of these tools, Animoto and Prezi, you can basically use them in a variety of situations and environments. We even have our 5th grade students create their own Animoto videos as well. So Prezi does require a little bit of learning using the interface, but sometimes young students can easily create presentations simply because the interfaces are very easy to use. All right, so let's go over some of the goals that we're going to do during this hour. We're going to start off with Animoto.com first, and I'm basically going to give you an example of a video that I created, just so you have an idea of how it looks. And then we'll go over some of the features with Animoto, as well as creating accounts as an educator, and also navigating briefly through the interface. After we go through Animoto, we're actually going to jump to Prezi, which is the other web-based tool. I'll give you an example of one I use in my digital photography class, as well as an overview of the features, creating your accounts as well, and again, just like Animoto, we're going to navigate the interface. So if there's no questions, let's go ahead and start with Animoto. Animoto basically is a web-based tool, so any computer that has an internet connection and a web browser, this will allow you to produce quick and professional-looking videos by inserting your own photos, text, and music. All of the videos are stored in your Animoto account, so you can access your work and your videos from any computer with an internet connection. So, you know, if you're at home, you're making the video, you can just log out and then head to work, and then you can even log in from your computer at work, and you have all the progress too, which is great. So I'm actually going to show you an example of a video created for the Tiger Woods Learning Center. This video took me about less than an hour to create. But as you watch this, I would like for you to think about the purpose of this video. So to view this video in full screen, go ahead and click on the maximize button of the video window, and I'll start the video.
so out of control, singing the chains, screaming out of our lungs, but we never seem to recall the refrain. Lifted away, all the words got lost in the green of the window. Did you get your peace of mind? Did you find something sweet? We were never quite ready to leave.
Okay, so after watching that video, what do you think the purpose was of the video? Go ahead and type your responses in the question box, and let's see some of your responses. Good, I'm getting a variety of responses here. Great. So I have a couple responses promoting the Tiger Woods Learning Center, advertising the foundation, showing what the Learning Center looks like, definitely. That was one of my goals to record the video clips. Because a lot of our students from outside the schools that have never been to a Learning Center, they don't know what it looks like, so including those little video clips definitely does help. Let's see some other responses. A simple video to show kids to see how, or actually it's how to create them. Yeah, definitely. It's basically appealing to also our middle school and high school students and what we have to offer, just to be someone to inspire them to come here and pursue a career, or to begin to explore careers in a sense. So yeah, thank you for your responses. And there's many other ways to use this aside from recruiting students as well. You can even build class memories, for a field trip or whatnot, the end of year open house, things like that. We can also even create videos to engage them on like difficult concepts, whether it be like photosynthesis or some kind of difficult math concept. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to continue on. Let's see. To our web browser. I'm just double checking my audio. If you can't hear me well, go ahead and type in the questions box. I'm adjusting my audio just to make sure it works okay. All right, so I'm going to move on to showing you the interface with Animoto. Let's actually go to the website. So simply going to animoto.com. This will bring me to the basic website, and there's a lot of it's relatively simply laid out, but I'm going to show you first before how to create the accounts. I'm going to give you a brief overview of the features so that we're more familiar with them. So I'm going to scroll down here. Basically, how to make a video, and it's really easy. I love this because it's very efficient with time, and especially very user-friendly for teachers and students. So the first step would be to insert photos and videos. And then secondly, you just pick your style, you pick your music, you add your text, and then literally you just press a produce button, and it makes everything for you. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but it's really that simple. You can rearrange, the pictures that you have, the video, the text, and as you saw in my example earlier, I just kind of made a little storyline in a sense, kind of progressing through, and then yeah, that's basically it. So Animoto handles all of the editing on their side. If they just put together the um, the video, and once it's produced, you can actually share it. So let's see. I'm actually gonna go to the pricing plans right now. And what's great is that it's actually free for educators. The light version is free, but however, this is only for users that don't have an education account. So it's limited to 30 seconds. You get 300 tracks, which is great. So this would be for the, I guess, the average Joe that doesn't have an education account. The Plus account is actually what educators get. It says $5 a month, but we can actually apply for an education account. This gives you 10-minute length videos. You also have 50 different styles to choose from, and also 300 tracks, a little bit more actually than that, to use in your videos. So how do we get the free account? It's really simple. As with Animoto, all you basically do is to sign up for an account. And after typing in your email address, your full name, your password, and whatnot, you can simply create an account. And after that process, I'm going to log in as one of my other staff members right now. Okay, and let's go to the account section. And I've actually already applied the education account to her Animoto account. So as you can see, it says Animoto for Education. And if you don't have this yet, what you need to do is on the very bottom of the page, you'll see an education link. Okay, so clicking on that education link, you will see a bunch of different information about how to, use it for your school. There's a question here that says, "Are you a teacher?" And simply clicking on that "Learn More" button, it will actually bring you to another page where you can actually type in your information of your school, your name. This account already has the education account, so it's not going to ask me to do that. But once you once you provide them with the information, you click apply, it will actually grant you the access as you see in my coworker's account here. Okay, so it's like I said, it's 10-minute videos. It's really great and easy to use. You have unlimited videos to create. And I'm going to go ahead and click on the create video button right now. And as you can see, you have a bunch of different styles that you can choose from. The first step would be to choose, whichever style that you wanted to use. I'm just gonna pick, since it's the holidays, let's pick Holiday Burst. This will also give you a little preview of how the style looks. The pictures, of course, will be your own pictures. The text will also be your own texts. Video clips also appear similarly, so it gives you an idea of how the transitions work. Okay, I have a couple of questions right now about the free accounts as well. So are they free for our students as well, or is it limited to educators? So basically, Animoto needs like a .org or .edu email address. I believe it won't be granted if you have like a gmail.com. If you work for like an organization, usually like YMCA thing together, you guys should be able to get free educator accounts as well. The Tiger Woods Learning Center, we actually did register our emails as well, and we were able to get it. So what's also great is that once you register as an educator, they actually give you a promo code. So the promo code will give you basically 60 uses for any of your students that don't have an email, an educational email. So if there's a Gmail address, you can simply give them that promo code after they create the account, and they apply that promo code, and that will actually give them the access, the 6 months free as well. Let me show you that one spot real quick. So as you can see, there's a little redeem a promo code down here. You would just type in that promo code that you receive if you register your email address, and you can get that account. For those of you that don't have a .org email address, if you would like a 6 months promo code, just send me an email after this webinar, and I'll give you one of my personal codes that I use to during my trainings, so you can see, you know, the full effect of Animoto. So I'm going to go ahead and click back on the create button, and let's go choose my style. And I can begin creating my video by, of course, clicking the create video button. It's very intuitive, as you can see. And this is basically the interface right here. Close this out. So all of the options are basically on the left-hand side. Your music's right here. You can add pictures. So I'm going to add a couple of pictures real quickly so you can see. As you can, well, actually, there's actually a lot of options you can pull from. So you can upload your own pictures. A lot of social media sites from right here in the center. And also, they have an image library that you can pull from if you ever wanted to. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull in a bunch of items. And you can see that there are basically a series of pictures right now. You can drag and drop however you wish. They go from left to right, just like a storyboard. And it's that simple. Okay. You can also add video clips as well if you'd like. So they also have a video clip library. And video clips are limited to 10 seconds. The reason why Animoto does this, I believe, is simply for just the design, to make sure that, you know, it's not like one long feature-length film. So I wouldn't really use Animoto to create, you know, the next you know, movie that you would want to do. Instead, it would be more for short purposes. So a question I also received was how if we can connect our phone to upload pictures to this as well. Yes, definitely. You can just simply connect your phone. If it's an iPhone, you just plug it in. You'll get the little Explorer window, and simply by adding your pics and vids, you can actually upload the pictures through this little window. You just find your pictures, and then it will load them up into Animoto. So as far as pictures and videos, it's very simple. Like I said earlier, you can add your own text. Whoops. So let's, you know, type a simple title. You have a limited number of characters you can use, but once you click on the button, you can actually drag in the text wherever you wish, okay, wherever you want it to appear. And that's pretty much how simple it is. The last step would be to add the music. So right now they've already placed in a sample song, and let's say you don't like it, you can simply click on it, and you can pick from a variety of songs that they have. And what's great is that these are actually not copyrighted songs. You can actually use them in your videos, post them on YouTube without, you know, having any issues. You can also, you know, distribute them without having any copyright issues. So you can see a variety of genres that you can choose from. I'm going to pick one of the popular songs. You'll see a lot of them here. Usually this one's pretty cool, the live song. Okay, it changes that song, and then the last step would basically be to click the preview video button. And what it does right now is it's making a really quick, low resolution version of this video. Usually takes about 30 seconds. If you have a lot of pictures, it might take a couple minutes. But to be honest, this is a lot faster than making it through your own video software like iMovie or Adobe Premiere. So as you can see, it's already done previewing, and it starts to kind of go through. Right now, it might appear a little bit choppy on your side since we're streaming this, but once you actually hit the produce button or the preview button, you'll be able to see it clearly on your computer. If you like it, you can hit the produce button. If you don't, you can simply go back and continue editing. Okay, so I'm going to hit the produce button and basically produce this video after I typed in the title. So, and then now you're taken to this page where you will see they've actually already produced the 360p version. So the quality is, it's pretty good. It's web quality, considered web quality. You can definitely, you know, put this on a projector and display it in the classroom or in a building or whatnot. So it shouldn't be a problem. The other great things you can do is you can also share it. You can tweet, email this video as well. You can also even download it. So this is one of the questions that I usually get from teachers often is, can I download this video? And simply, you can download the file in MP4 format, which is great, because then you can just distribute it that way. You don't have to rely on the internet. You notice the other higher versions have a price to it. That's if, you know, you really wanted the higher resolution for it. You can pay a small fee of $10 for a video or $5 for the 480 version, but usually 360 is more than adequate for the educator. All right, and basically, you know, all your videos will be in the My Videos section. You'll see them all load up here once you have a whole collection of videos. This one has already been produced, so you can see it there. And what's great is that you can always go back and edit a copy. So let's say you want to make some more edits in the future or do something different. You can always edit a copy, and it produces another copy for you again, which is great. It leaves your produced video alone as well. So once the copy loads up, you can edit everything just like how you had before. You can change your style, just like, you know, to a different style, and just produce it again. And that's simply it. So Animoto is really great and simple and easy to do. I usually take some time to go over like every little feature. There's some tips and tricks that I'll cover in depth in the in-person training. But just for the sake of time, I will actually move on to Prezi. If you have any questions in Animoto, you go ahead and type them in as well. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to Prezi. Actually, before we do that, let me answer some of the questions. So how do you share videos? Let me log into one of the accounts. Actually, I'll show you our account here. And any produced video you have, let's go ahead and use this one. You'll see a share button on the right-hand side of your browser. It should be enabled. I believe my browser, I'm not using the right browser right now, but usually Chrome works best if your computer updates that. But there is a share settings on the right-hand side where you can simply click on it and it'll allow you to email it to anyone else that you have. You can also do the option of downloading the video and then just sharing it via, you know, a flash drive, or if you guys have a server or whatnot. I also have a question. What resources do you recommend purchasing to support students in creating PowerPoints or videos on Animoto? So basically, I mean, any point-and-shoot camera, even camera phones, you know, now with the quality that they're built, you can just use that to get pictures, to record video clips. I mean, even phones can now record video clips, and you can just take it from that. But usually when I have students do make Animoto videos, we use our point-and-shoot simple cameras. I mean, it can be a $100 camera or even less than that, and then simply upload them into the projects in here. Okay. All right. So before we move on to Prezi, I'm gonna throw up a little poll. So basically, I would like to know, how do you plan to use Animoto? Go ahead and check in all the boxes that you think you would use them for. Okay, so it looks like we have a variety of uses for them, as you can see. And like I said, it's more of experimenting with the the tool and then finding a lot of different uses for it. A lot of times teachers and educators do use this to showcase student work for open house or just other events. I use them in my digital photography class to showcase, the photos that they took at the end of the session. So it's a nice way for students to be recognized. Okay, so I'm going to move on to Prezi, to the next tool. So Prezi, the website is very similar to Animoto. You basically type in prezi.com, Prezi.com, and this will take you to their website. So Prezi is basically a presentation tool. Okay, it's very similar to Animoto in the sense that it's to deliver content. Sorry, I meant to say it's very similar to PowerPoint. However, Prezi allows for more fluid presentations, and I'll show you an example right now. So this here is a Prezi that I created for my digital photography class. And so you can see how it all looks right now. The entire presentation is on a canvas, as you can see. And I basically placed terms, pictures, and other photos and images around to facilitate the lesson. So again, I use Prezi to help facilitate discussion and whatnot. It's really, you really don't want to read off of the Prezi. It's more to help guide you with your presentation, just kind of like how PowerPoint is. Okay, and right now I'm basically going to travel through the path that I have created beforehand. Very much like a PowerPoint, you kind of just go from the first slide. In this case, it's called a path point. So I talk to the students about the objectives, and then we move on to the first objective so they can see. Okay, and we can move on to another objective. So as you can see, I normally, of course, slow it down in terms of the objectives and talk to the students about what we're talking about today. But it allows you to basically be very creative in your delivery of content. For example, in this one over here, I actually have the students talk about what they think the significance of this photo is. I actually get a wide range of answers in this one. And then we even visit very famous Ansel Adams Half Dome picture as well. So again, you have the flexibility to create the presentation in how you wish and how it travels. And then again, it allows a little bit more flow and as you can see, changing colors and pictures and whatnot. Okay, so I think you kind of get the idea of how a Prezi looks. I'm going to show you the website right now. And as far as creating a Prezi, it's all created on the web. So on the website, very much like Animoto, you create your account and your presentation will be stored on the web as well. So I'm going to go ahead and click on sign up, so you can see the different accounts that you can have with Prezi. There is a public license, and that's basically for anyone that doesn't have an educational email. So Prezi is a little bit more particular about emails. You really do need a .org email address or a .edu to get the education one. But as far as the public one, this is actually what a lot of my students use if they don't have an email address that's a .edu. And you're not really missing out for much. You still get 100 megabytes of storage space, and your presentations are still stored online. However, as an educator, you can get this Enjoy license for free. So instead of paying $4.92 a month, you can get it for free, which is awesome. It gives you a private presentations. You can use your own logo. You don't get the tech support, but they're very helpful online as well, so you don't really need that. And you also get 500 megabytes of storage space. In the process of signing up for that, there's a little link on the bottom where it says student and teacher licenses. Okay, so when we click on student and teacher licenses, this will actually change it now to Enjoy EDU. Okay, so you'll see it changes to $0 a month. Everyone always loves that, $0, which is awesome. And simply clicking on that will now allow you to start the process. So as you can see, they actually ask you to have a student teacher verification. You type in your email address and you click continue. And what happens is that once you type in your email address, they will actually send you a verification email in your inbox, and you have to click on a link which will verify your account. Okay, so the process is a little bit different than Animoto, but you will get that edu address. And no, there are no promo codes. So, like I said, you're not really missing out much if you just sign up for the free basic one. So I'm going to log in to my account here so you can see it more in detail. So I have a question about Gmail addresses. I'm not too familiar if they would take Gmail addresses. If it's like at gmail.com, it might not work. But I know some schools do use the Gmail or Google and Gmail products, and their email doesn't have that at gmail.com. So you might need to go through the other process of using the other email, I guess, address. If you try typing in the at gmail.com, it might say it's not an educational one. So you might have to try that route. So I have a question here. If you work for an after-school program, does that count as a teacher account or education account? So basically, I guess they're not going to really verify if your organization is technically a school. It's more of if you have a .org or .edu or something of the similar for Prezi. At the Tiger Woods Learning Center, we use our .org email addresses, and it works totally fine. I wouldn't really worry too much about Prezi if you don't have the education or teacher account, only because you're not really missing out much with the basic one. This is a nice little add-on addition to have the education account. So with the Prezi, as you can see, it's really simple in how they designed it. Prezi started at least 4 or 5 years ago, and from since then they've actually made the interface very simple to use. So you can see your Prezis will have all the Prezis that you have made, as well as the ones that you are collaborating with, which is great because you can actually work on one Prezi with multiple people. There is a Learn and Support tab on top, and this is a great learning source on how to navigate through Prezi. They have awesome video clips, and they're really short. They're only about 2 minutes long, or actually 1 minute long in this case. And it helps you get started and things like that. And Prezi is one of the tools I do tell teachers to take their time with, or other people to take their time with. To navigate around the interface, it's a little bit harder than Animoto, but again, like I said, with experience, it gets a lot easier. The Explore tab on top is a great way to use this to get new ideas from students. Okay, actually from students and actually other professionals and businesses. A lot of businesses are using Prezi now to deliver content. So you can even see there's a Prezi on technology tools for educators, so I could have just used this instead of presenting to you all today. But you can see that you can share ideas, you can see different ways where people have used Prezis. And there's even a great search box over here where you can type in your information. So, for example, let's say you want to see if there are any Prezis on photosynthesis. We have more than 1,000 Prezis, which is a lot of Prezis. So, of course, I would verify the content yourself. Like I said, it just shows up all the Prezis that have the word photosynthesis. But like I said, it's a great way to get some ideas as well. So I have a couple of questions here. Let's see. How would you use this for student clubs? If I understand correctly, how would students use them inside their clubs at schools or whatnot? A great way to present, information. I mean, I guess if this is talking about like clubs like Key Club or a community service club, let's say they have an event coming up, you can use this to maybe show different ways that they can help out the community with by attending certain events, or you can even post pictures or insert pictures of past events and maybe hype things up that way. Again, like Prezi is just very think of similar to a PowerPoint, but a little bit more visual, I guess you could say. Another question is, does Prezi offer the same features as Animoto, where you can open presentations from any computer or any location? And yes, they do. So like just like Animoto and Prezi, these are web-based tools where each person has their own accounts, and from there you simply can create your work in the workspace. And once you've saved your work, it's all saved on the Prezi or Animoto servers. And when you log out, I mean, it's basically still on their servers. It's not actually on your computer. So you can go to any other computer, basically with the internet access and a web browser, and then you can simply log into your account from there, and everything should be there too. Another question, can we take someone's Prezi and change it for our own presentation purposes? What's great is that you can actually share Prezis as well. So depending on the creator, for example, let's say we went to photosynthesis right here. Some of these aren't copyable. I guess they call them reusable. So as you can see, I move my mouse over the first one. You see a little reusable icon. That actually allows you to copy that entire Prezi into your own account, and you can modify it as you wish, which is great. Some other ones don't have that reusable selection, so then you can't really copy it. You can just view it. You can even present it if you wish, but you can't modify it in any way. As far as your own Prezis, you can also share them privately. So let's say you have a colleague that you wanted to share a Prezi with, or have them work with a Prezi. You can also share it that way without sharing to the whole world, so that only you and a couple of colleagues can work on it. The difficulty level of Prezi, it really ranges. We've had even the 5th graders do it before. It takes a little bit of time for them to learn, only because the interface is a little bit confusing for some students. It does require some skills with using the mouse to right-click, to zoom in with the scroll wheel to click. And I'll show you the interface right now so you can kind of see how it looks. So clicking on New Prezi, it's loading up the whole interface right now. And you will see a window pops up. Basically, this is a template. You can choose many different templates that they have. They're always adding new templates. So for me, I actually like to either start with a blank Prezi, like a blank space, just so I can get my ideas across. Or if I find, sometimes they have some nice educational ones, some chalkboard ones, which is cool. You know what? Let me actually work with this chalkboard template right here. Okay, so this is basically an interface. It's not too complicated, but once you get the hang of navigating everything around, it should be very simple. Like I said, for the younger students, they might have issues, trying to click on certain objects, scrolling in, scrolling out, how to move things, group things together. But it does do. I mean, after some practice, they can do a pretty good job on it. I actually do have a lot of high school students that do this pretty well, and so they have no problems with it. I could think the junior high students would be able to handle it as well. You just would have to probably spend some time teaching the 5th graders how to navigate around first. So with Prezi, you basically have to create everything yourself. So it's not as easy as Animoto. There's no one simple button where it magically creates everything like Animoto does, unfortunately. But like I said, this allows you for more creativity. So you do have to put in all the information yourself. Normally, I would create an outline of the concept or whatever I wanted to do. So let's say I wanted to create a Prezi on photosynthesis. I would actually have prepared beforehand an outline, okay, and then simply navigating around the interface. There's already 3 frames here. In the full in-house in-person training, I basically go through each step, but just so you have an idea of how things move around. Information stored inside frames, like you see here. and you can type in anything you want. You can also insert pictures. And what's great about Prezi is now they actually have a built-in Google search. So you don't actually have to search for the pictures beforehand. You can basically type it in here. Let's type in some leaves. And you'll see that they actually bring up all of these search results. And it's as easy as clicking and dragging it into your Prezi. And what it does is it actually downloads it into your Prezi, and now it's stored inside the Prezi. You can resize, you can rotate. Like I said, there's a lot of creativity here involved. You can even use this as your entire background, and you can have your presentation jump from leaf to leaf with different texts as well. The last piece would be, once you actually have all the text and the pictures arranged around how you like, the last step would be to create the path. As you can see, there's actually 5 path points already, very similar to PowerPoint slides. Okay, so as you can see right now, it goes from 1, which is the whole view, to 2, which is the next one, and it basically jumps to different frames. Normally, I like to start from scratch. I actually take out all of the path points, and to edit the path points, you basically click on the object you want to see first. So let's say I want the first thing that this for my presentation to be photosynthesis. Clicking photosynthesis, you will see that now my first path point is shown. Let's say the next thing I want to talk about is this little bracket, and now you'll see that it's my next thing that will show up in the presentation, and so forth. So you kind of get the idea, creating your path points and basically how it travels. What's great also with Prezi is that you can actually present from the web browser as well. There's a little present button on top. So clicking on present, you can, of course, just kind of go through the whole presentation right from the web browser. The other option is to actually download the Prezi. So I would recommend downloading the Prezi as opposed to doing this, because let's say you go to a conference or you go to another site to deliver this presentation and they don't have the internet access, you can basically just download the entire Prezi onto a thumb drive, and that will allow you to present from that thumb drive. So let me answer a couple questions that came up. So I had a question about plagiarism and potential issues about assignments, having someone else, take information from another Prezi, and that's very likely possible. I mean, with the issues that, with technology being so accessible, students can simply just Google answers, unfortunately. But I think that's maybe the take of the instructor to be very explicit and kind of talking about what plagiarism is and whatnot. It's very easy, definitely, to copy information since it's so accessible. But I think it might be a good point to talk to the students about plagiarism and talk to them about the differences between having a good presentation or a good report versus not. Does Prezi have music? So they recently added that option. In the past, they actually didn't, but now you can actually add your own music inside the insert tab on top. You have a bunch of different options here, including YouTube videos. You can actually add the link from the YouTube video, just to make sure that you aren't filtered from your site of showing videos. Otherwise, it won't show. The background music is where you can add music, so it plays throughout the entire Prezi. I have only used background music for Prezis that I have actually turned into like open house presentations, where it just loops through pictures and whatnot, and it just plays music in the background. So when you click on add background music, you actually have to find an audio file, and they actually need like MP3 files to actually put into your Prezi. Now, unlike Animoto, you don't have an existing library of music, so you can't really draw from that. You can also add sound effects as well to each path point. So if you want, a sound effect to come out when, let's say, the leaves come out, you can simply add a voiceover to the path step. Basically, it's a voiceover. You can record your own voice as an audio file, or find an audio file from the web. And usually the format is a .wav, a WAV file. Another couple questions about audio. Let's see. actually, yeah, let's go continue with the audio questions. Will iTunes files work? So with the way iTunes does it, they actually have the files on your computer as a .aac format. That's kind of Apple's way of storing music files. And if you do have iTunes Music, you can actually have to change the preferences to so that it actually exports as an MP3. And in that way, you can put in your MP3 files from iTunes into your Prezi. If you need some help with that, you can definitely send me an email address, and I can give you the steps on that. It's a little bit comprehensive in terms of changing the preferences. Also, can you download YouTube videos, or do you need internet access if you insert the video into your presentation? Good question. So with the YouTube section up here, so this YouTube video inserting, once you click on that, it asks you for the link. So the link basically is from the YouTube website. It doesn't download the video into your presentation. So when you present it, it's actually, and you show the video, it actually shows it from the YouTube website. So like I said, if you're presenting and there's no internet access, that video is not going to play. Or if your site has YouTube blocked, the video won't also play. So the only way around it, or I guess to show a video, is to make sure you actually have the video file itself. And you can actually insert videos directly into your Prezi versus having a link. So let's say you created an Animoto video. You can actually download that video and place it inside your Prezi. And then once you present, and you'll have an Animoto video inside your Prezi. So nice little way to add two different tools into one. Okay, so again, this is pretty much the interface of Prezi. You can change a lot of things, including the themes, the colors. There's a lot of customization, and like I said, I wish I had more time in terms of presenting this. And I think it's a lot better in person. So if you are really interested in creating awesome Prezis, just definitely attend the in-person training. And I definitely go through all the options, so including the colors, text, kind of how to create a cohesive and flowing Prezi. And we also go through all the little features and whatnot too. Okay. The last section I want to point out is the share option. And you can actually share Prezis, just like anything else now. You can share on Facebook. You can present remotely, which is awesome. You can actually download each path point as a PDF, or as a page on a PDF. So it's a nice way to do that, to have your viewers or listeners follow along with your Prezi. The last part would be to download as a portable Prezi, and this is what I was talking about. If you wanted to put it on a flash drive, okay. So again, if you didn't have internet access at a location, simply downloading it, you can actually put it on a flash drive. It'll play on any Mac or PC, and you're good to go. Okay. And that is Prezi in a quick nutshell. And like I said, as you create your Prezis, they'll show up inside your Prezi account, and it's almost like learning PowerPoint for the first time. You know, you have to get used to all the settings and the features and whatnot. And once you create like 3 or 4 of them, it's really easy to create Prezis after that. So for me, I personally pretty much use Prezi now when I teach classes, only because it's a little more fluid. You can add pictures a lot more easier, and I mean, I just like the way it just kind of captures students' attention. Okay, so before I wrap things up, I'm gonna actually ask you guys another question about Prezi. So how do you see yourself using Prezi? So after seeing kind of the demonstration on it, what do you think you would use Prezi for? All right, so it looks like we got a great variety of responses. As you can see, you can even use Prezi to help you with storytelling. So instead of having any text, you can simply just put pictures. And as you know, the presenter or a student or whatnot, you can simply click on the path points and have it go through as you're telling the story. So again, a variety of different ways to use Prezi. What I'm going to do right now is, before I answer some of your questions that popped up, I'm going to jump over to the overview real quickly. So we basically learned about two powerful web-based tools to do an overview. We first learned about Animoto and the features of Animoto. You can create professional videos using your own photos, your video clips, and text and music. So it is a video, so once you hit play, it just plays through. It's not, you can't really well, technically you could pause, but it's more of a video clip. You can also download these produced videos, or you can also share a streaming link to others through an email. So it's actually stored on their servers, and you don't have to worry about having the file be too big that you can't email to them. And the other tool we just learned about was Prezi. And so with Prezi, the difference is that you can actually create dynamic presentations using visuals, video clips, and text. So you can kind of move at your own pace, very much like a presentation. And you can also present the Prezi using the internet browser, or simply downloading the Prezi to a flash drive or any type of media that you can share. And Prezi is a very collaborative tool. So with Animoto, you can't really share with another colleague, and you can't basically both edit the same video together. With Prezi, you can actually do that. You can edit one Prezi together, and you can even do it at the same time. So as one person's typing in text, the other person will see it on their computer as well. So it's a really great way to collaborate, and even actually have students collaborate together on a project. Okay, so I'm gonna actually take a couple of questions before we kind of wrap things up. So let's see. So we actually have, yeah, there actually is a request about sending some of these recruitment videos. Definitely just send me an email address if you want to see some of the videos that I've created. Just to send me a little reminder in what you would like to see, and I can definitely do that for you. My email is actually on your screen right now. You'll see right after my name, David Tong. The email is dtong@twlc.org. Couple other questions. Can you use Animoto and Prezi with GoToMeeting? So this presentation right now, or this webinar, is actually using GoToMeeting. It took me a while to figure things out to stream the video so that you can actually see it. Unfortunately, Prezi doesn't work on here as fluidly, because I actually did show you a Prezi, but as you could see earlier, let's see if I still have it open. I actually don't have it open. As you can see earlier, it was pretty slow and choppy, so it's not definitely the best tool to use currently, the way GoToMeeting has it. Let's see here. So the in-person training, let's jump over to those questions right now. As you can see on the screen, basically today was a really short, kind of hour-long overview of both the tools. The training is actually free, so it's at the Tiger Woods Learning Center, located in 1 Tiger Woods Way, Anaheim, California. So we're not too far from most of you all in this webinar right now. The training date is on January 24th, 2014, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And you basically just send me an email to reserve a seat, and you'll get a spot. You don't actually have to bring your laptops, but you can if you would like to. We actually have laptops here you can use as well. There is a maximum capacity of the training. Right now we are definitely very open. So if you, the quicker you send your emails over, the quicker you can get a spot. Right now we have a maximum of 24 seats. However, we can flex that a little bit. So if you would like to attend, or maybe some of your colleagues to attend, please send me an email after this webinar. You can basically bring as many staff as you wish until it fills up. So if they are all very interested in learning both tools, you can definitely bring them over. So a question here, in my experience for staff development, is Animoto or Prezi more user-friendly or effective? I would say both. Well, when I train teachers using Animoto and Prezi, Animoto is very simple. It's probably the one that all teachers have no trouble with. I've never had, even teachers that don't really use computers as much, I've had them be very successful with Animoto. With Prezi, I really had to take my time and just basically go step by step, and to kind of preface that it does take a little bit of patience. But once, after the full comprehensive training, they're very comfortable with it. So I would say Animoto is a little bit more user-friendly just because it's so quick and easy to use. With Prezi, it does require a little bit more work on their end just because they have to actually think about how the presentation works, how to outline things, and where to grab pictures and whatnot. So both great, really powerful tools used in different ways. And I think it's definitely a very useful resource, especially for educators. Okay, so that basically wraps up the webinar. Again, my information is still up on the screen in front of you. Please send me an email if you have any questions about anything. And I definitely appreciate you all attending today's webinar. If you can all do me a great favor in answering the survey after exiting the webinar, I would definitely appreciate it. But if anyone else has any other questions, I'll stick around for a couple of minutes. Other than that, I hope you all have a great day. Thank you.